My life probably looked like most other people that age, of like having a good career. It looked good on the outside, but on the inside it was all hollow. I can't even describe how empty it felt. Like there was just this part of me that was missing, that I was filling with something else, and that was alcohol. I wanted to feel filled. I wanted to feel the joy that came with life. That's what I was wanting, is really like a true sense of being filled with joy and peace. On the outside, alcohol looks like it does that, but the reality of it is totally different. I knew I would never be the dad I wanted to be doing what I was doing. Like, there's no way that the way I was living my life in this lie was going to produce any good fruit with my children. When I first visited River Valley Church, my wife and I were invited, and I walked in the doors, and I knew there was something different the moment I walked in. All of a sudden, they introduced the Minnesota Adult and Teen Challenge Choir. I knew that it was a faith-based treatment program. I remember thinking to myself, I wonder if I'll be there someday. And I think at the time I knew what the answer was going to be. It was just a matter of when. When you're sitting at that point and you're facing an addiction, you're just scared of what the other side looks like. And I was really scared of what it looked like. What was life without that? What are other people going to think of me? Like, if I go to treatment, what's the stigma attached with that? What are people going to say? It is like you make up every reason why not to do it. A few years had went by, and my wife decided she wanted to go on a global team to Ethiopia. And while she was gone, I hit what I would call my rock bottom. I describe it as the first time I really felt godly sorrow for what I was doing. My wife was halfway around the world, and she was pregnant with our second child, and here I was, a complete disaster. And I knew that it was now or never. She came back, and I just said, I want to go to Minnesota Adult and Teen Challenge. That is it. It was a pretty simple conversation. It was probably 2 weeks later. They do like an intake, and the nurse, she's like, normally I would be sending you off to a detox facility. I would not be able to admit you at this time, just because we're concerned about you medically. But she looked at me and she says, I can see in your eyes that your heart's ready to be here, and I'm gonna let you in. The first week is what they call the blackout period, and you're not allowed any communication from the outside. And I remember the first time I was able to have visitors. I looked down the hallway, and I see my son running down the hallway with both his hands up in the air, just with the biggest smile on his face. All of a sudden, my wife turned the corner, and here she's just radiant coming down the hallway right after. It instantly was right there that I'm never going back, period. Like, it was like that was the dead stop. God, whatever you have to do in me, I am ready. Like, you have to have that moment, and that was that moment. So after I left, they always say it's not going to be the same. Yeah, and it certainly wasn't. I ended up leaving my job, but also starting my own business as a sign maker. I've been blessed with more freedom to do and to serve and spend more time with my family and do the things that God has put me here to do. I've never heard anybody say I had too much time with my dad. And I never want to have them have that void in their life of not having me there. I was in the short-term program for 30 days. During my wrap-up, if you will, or what they call your graduation, the counselor always speaks last. He looked at me and he said, Lukas, I was praying this morning, and the only thing I have for you is God's got you. That's all he told me to say to you. I got you. And that's all I need, is the most simple and default phrase I can fall back on. I got this.